I'll be honest. I thought I've seen it all. Well, unfortunately, I was wrong. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Zach, the Wretched Watchman. I'm bringing you a little bit of news when it comes to the corruption of the modern church and the infiltration of mystery religion into the church. Now, I've dived into a lot of different areas of this before, and I thought I've seen it all until I just saw the video that I saw just a couple days ago. And honestly, this one, I'm pretty I'm pretty strong when it comes to some of the stuff that I see. I try not to let it affect me very much. I see how absolutely evil it is, but I try to just power through and not let it get to me. But this one honestly hurt. Um, because it's so blasphemous and so heretical. It hurt. And again, I talk often about how the mystery religion is bringing back the mentality from the Tower of Babel, which, of course, stemmed from the world's first religion of Gnosticism when Eve was in the garden and Satan told Eve that she would be like God if she ate of the fruit. And this has to do with the belief that we are gods. And so we are trying to obtain that level of being God, being co creators with God. And I've talked about this before, how it's spreading like wildfire through all the churches and how many of them believe and teach this heretical teaching, which is part of mystery religion. But the latest that I saw comes from a church. It's called Common Good Church. And this is, a lot of people just deem it a woke church, and I've talked about how wokeism is actually part of a deeper spiritual movement rooted in mystery religion. I've explained and shown all that in the End Times New Age series, so make sure you check that out if you haven't. But they are now teaching that not only are we gods, but God worships us. They have now put themselves above God. It was putting themselves on the same level before, but now they are teaching that they are above God, and this is straight from Satan. Straight, because this is exactly what Satan believes. He believes that he is better than God, and so these churches are doing the exact same thing. I think I've yapped enough. I'll just let you guys hear and see it for yourself.
What if God worships me? Can you say that with me? What if God worships me? A God who worships me is quite the statement. I know, but follow me. Now, I get it. We've started to worship a very big heteronormative white Jesus that we constantly thank for standing between us and a mean God. But really, who, what, when, and why? Worship has become so God-centered that it risks the subjective colliding of our own things, our biases, etc. What if worship is us on the mountain of transfiguration? This space where God spoke, that God was well pleased. This place where God spoke about God's Son in such a way that the light shone on him and God looked and said, wow. What if worship is Genesis 3:8 that says, when God says, where are you? And who told you that you were naked? Who told you that there was a flaw in your beauty? The God who meets us and keeps confirming that who we are is good enough. What if that's worship?
We declare that you are God that worships us. That's how much you love us. That's how much you desire us. That's how much you are for us. Or when we step into your presence, we come with our full selves, fully naked, and unclothed. And there is no shame. Because what you have created since the very beginning, you declare good. And it is still good.
I'm at a loss for words, guys. It takes a lot to make me speechless, but this has hit a level of speechless that just everything is wrong about it. What if God worships us? And the dude praying, we declare that you are a God that worships us. Who are you? Well, according to him, that we are good enough and we are good in all these things. That's what they're declaring, even though the Bible tells us the exact opposite, that we are wretched and we deserve death. We are destined for death, but because Jesus Christ sacrificed himself for us, the only one that could do so, we can't do that. If we were these people that God worships as they declare, then we should be able to save ourselves. Why are you teaching about Jesus then? Or as you'd say, some heterosexual white Jesus. Yes, they are fully on board with the social justice train, the alphabet train, the women in leadership train, just anything anti-Bible, anti-God, anti-Jesus Christ. They are for that, which is fully on display when they are declaring that God is a God that worships us. The modern church is just nothing but corruption. It is the church that has been seduced by mystery in order to bring about the one world religion. And I talk about this every time when I bring this subject up. We can talk about what the government is doing and what technology is doing and what the economy is doing. We can talk about all that stuff till we're blue in the face. But Satan's ultimate goal, simply put, is to get people to stop worshiping God and to worship him. And when we see teachings like this, that is exactly the path that they are on. They have gotten to the point now where they don't just declare themselves to be God. No, they are now so good that God worships them. It's about self. It's about me. It's all about me. I am the king. King me. This is mystery religion. People can sit there and go, it's just a woke church, political wokeness. No. This is spiritual warfare. This is the mystery religion. This is the subject that nobody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to put it in this own little box, in this worldly box. It's political wokeness. Okay, what's at the root of that? What is driving that? What is behind that? What has formed that? What has created that? No, it's not blue and red that sits in the political office like so many want to pin it on. This is mystery religion seducing the hearts of men. Nobody wants to admit it. Everybody will see the repercussions of it. They'll watch that video, be appalled by it, and talk about how woke it is and how evil it is. But nobody knows the root of who's behind it. Oh, Satan's behind it. Yes, he is. But how is it all coming together? I don't know. Satan's using politics to bring wokeness into the church. I'm so passionate about this because I think we are doing ourselves as the remnant church a disservice for not talking about what is driving this stuff behind. What is forming this? What is leading this? I think we're doing a disservice. And not only that, but the same aspects that have driven that video that I showed you, is the same aspects that all these remnant churches are allowing to creep into their doors through things like the modern worship, CCM, worship music, things like the Enneagram, and other small little things that once mystery gets her foot in the door, things start going south. Discernment starts leaving. Judgment starts leaving. You want to be more like the world so you can reach more of the world. Even though the Bible specifically says, be not of the world. You are just in the world for a short period of time, but don't be like it. Don't be seduced by the world. But what do? We allow the worldly things into our church so we can reach the world? No. That's becoming unequally yoked. And the reason why we're warned not to do so is because more times than not, you will then become more like the world rather than getting those in the world to be more like Christ. That video shows what happens when you allow mystery to step into your doors. Come soon, Lord Jesus. Come soon.